Hey guys, this is Vol, and welcome to the Battle Report series that I'll be doing for the Warhammer tournament held in Auckland, known as Tin Soldiers 2. I'm entering this tournament with High Elves, first time in a tournament with High Elves, and this is my completed army. I'm going to take you through all of the armies that went on display for the Players' Choice Awards. This is the phase where you pick your favorite player and the best painted army. So I've taken High Elves. You can see them all arrayed in their splendor here. 2 units of Dragon Princes, unit of White Lions, 2 units of Archers 10. The Angels in the background represent Eagles. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that. 2 Bolt Throwers rather. 2 Chariots and 4 characters. One of them is a BSB with a Radiant Gem of Hoeth, Battle Standard Bearer, on a horse no less. Another one, you can't see it in this particular photo, but right in between the mages, the chicks there and the BSB, there's a third character. 4th character, which has a white sword and the Talisman of Loic. That's my combat noble. Then there are 2 mages. One of them has the Seer Staff and a Power Stone. The other one has the Ring of Fury, Power Stone, Dispel Scroll, and the Silver Wand. Next photo, you can see better view of my army. You can see the character in the middle has the white sword. Actually looks more like a mage than a noble, but I only had that character, a model available to represent it. And army really looking good. Spent pretty much 5 hours a night over the last 2 months painting these guys. And really the effort has paid off. They look really well highlighted and standing out. And in good photos like this, things are looking great. I'm really happy with the way they turned out. Very sort of dull, well, not dull color scheme. It's very subdued. The tones of the colors and stuff. The purple the richer purple is painted with Lich Purple, and that's highlighted with Skull White. Fades down to a kind of pinkish color, and all of the darker purples are Hormigaunt purple, Hormigaunt blue, I think it is Hormigaunt purple, highlighted with Skull White again, and that's what gives this effect. Just the third photo of my army, you can see the close-ups of the characters. I've shown you these characters in previous videos where I've introduced the army to you, but this is a daytime photo where you can see things a lot more clearly, and I think they're just looking fabulous. From left to right, there's the Archmage, the level 4 mage with the white dress, and the purple dress, the level 2 mage with the Seer Staff. The miniature with the flames around its base from Reaper Miniatures is the noble. Looks much more like a mage character, but that's the noble that I'm using for the tournament with the white sword and Talisman of Loic. And then, of course, there's the BSB noble with the lance, dragon armor, shield, barded steed, Radiant Gem of Hoeth, making him a level 1 mage. So let's take a look at some of the other armies in the tournament. Next army is a Warriors of Chaos army. I believe this guy also plays High Elves and Orcs and Goblins. I haven't faced against him yet, but he's got a lot of Chaos Knights there. It looks like a pretty brutal army, and maybe I'll face him later on in the tournament. So that's him. Next photo, we've got another guy here, Warriors of Chaos. I have actually played him today, so you'll see a report against him later on. This guy's got the Zinch Sorcerer Lord on the disc, as well as a big unit of Marauders, 1 unit of Knights, 1 unit of Chaos Warriors on foot. He's got Chaos Ogres, which are an interesting choice. Not too many people take them, but they're really cool. You can give them a mark of Chaos Guards, so that's kind of cool. He's got the Exalted Champion and a Nurgle Sorcerer on foot. Next photo, we've got a Dark Elf army here with some really interesting choices. He's really converted them and use various. They look more like a Vampire Count's army than a Dark Elf's army, to be honest, but he is using them as Dark Elves. He's got a couple of chariots at the back there, I think a Manticore, which actually looks more like a dragon in the middle. The unit of Cold One Knights actually looks like Blood Knights, but those are Cold Ones that he's using them as. He's got Spearmen, Spear Warriors, Repeater Bolt Throwers. He's got no Hydra, but it's almost as if that he's taken no Hydra and thought, okay, or at least tried to imply that, okay, I can get away with murder here by taking all the hard stuff for the rest of the troops. That's sort of what the impression you get from this army, but definitely not soft. He's a good player too. I know this guy. He's a friend of mine. Next photo, this is a pretty bad photo with the lighting of the Orcs army from my buddy here that you might have seen in NatCon, so I'm going to go to the next photo where you can see a better view of his army. He's got the Wyvern, the Savage Orc Wyvern frenzied there, with his completed units in the background, Black Orcs, Orc Boys, Wolf Chariots. Everything's looking very cool. He's a great painter. He's got some really cool looking stuff. In the background, there's this guy in the unit fillet tower there where he's sort of pouring blue paint over everything. It looks really cool. And it's very orky. Lots of cute little Easter eggs to be found if you look carefully in this army. Just full of little bits. And kudos to this guy for coming up with such great ideas. Next photo. This is a pure Demons of Chaos Nurgle list with a greater demon, great unclean one, in it. And this guy isn't actually competing in the tournament. He's a player just showing up for the one day of the tournament to participate as a playing people that would normally get a buy. He's just brought these guys along for fun, and wow, he sure brought in a tough list. How do you stop these guys? It's just all plague-bearing dudes with a great unclean one and Nurglings. I'm just going to skip this and go to the next photo. This is my good friend Phil. Many of you guys will have seen this army against my Tomb Kings in many battle reports. He's painted up his Blackguard finally for the event, and he's got quite a cool list. He's got a level 2 sorcerer on a Pegasus, which I think is very cool. He's got an assassin, I'm not sure if he took the assassin, I can't really remember. He's got the Hydra there, he's got the Harpies, Spearman, Blackguard, Witch Elves. The Witch Elves are a nice touch. They're a very sort of unique choice for this particular player. He really likes Cauldron, Witch Elf combo, and I mean, who doesn't? They're a really cool unit. They're not the most optimal choice for High Elves. I'm sorry, not High Elves, Dark Elves, but there you have it. That is Phil's army ready for the tournament. Next photo, you might remember these guys from the FluffyCon tournament that I played with my Tomb Kings many months ago. This is a guy that I defeated with my Tomb Kings during the FluffyCon tournament, but obviously he's beefed it up a little bit for the Tin Soldiers, the TS2 Tin Soldiers 2 tournament. And Jungle Safari theme with a hippo there on the hill. That's meant to be a Rhinox scrap launcher, but it looks freaking awesome having that hippo there. And everybody painted like they're a Jungle Safari, lot of dudes, and really cool looking and cool themed army there, definitely. Next photo, looks like we've got a Wood Elf army. That Treeman in the middle, I think it's being used as Treeman Ancient. I think that's from the Lord of the Rings miniatures range. Very sort of woodlandish army. Here he's got 2 units of Dryads, plenty of War Dancers, Archers, and Wild Riders. Pretty stock standard Wood Elf stuff here. Can't really fault any of his choices here. It looks pretty solid indeed. Next photo, ooh, the Star Dragon. This is a good buddy of mine, and we're all teasing him for taking the Star Dragon. It's pretty much like the crutch choice. Really sort of carries your game, having a big fat dragon in there, and not much you can do about it. He's got 2 blocks of Spearmen, Dragon Princes, White Lions, 2 Chariots, 2 Bolt Throwers, an Eagle, and he's got a freaking dragon. So hopefully I don't have to play against him, and hopefully his dragon dies somehow, but I think he's won all of his games so far. Next photo, you've seen this army before at the FluffyCon, and I took some pictures of it. Really cool bases, very similar to my bases. I'm not really sure if they're Iron Halo bases, and I think he did them himself. But Demons of Chaos army, he's a very experienced player with this list. And he's got the Horrors there, the Bloodletters in the background. He's got some characters there, Furies, Fleshhounds, Flamers. Pretty strong list. Those big beasts in the middle are actually meant to be Heralds of Khorne. One of them has the Unholy Victory with Obsidian Armor, and the other one has the Firestorm Blade. So there you go. Pretty tough list. Next photo. This is my buddy here with Ogres. Hasn't quite finished painting them, or hasn't really barely started painting them, but they're still looking like they're going to be a lot of fun to paint when the time comes. Apparently he tells me he's going to be turning them all into Gingers. That's gingerhead ogres, for those of you who aren't familiar with the term. But there you have it. Next photo, we've got a Beasts of Chaos army. This is that Siege-themed army, which many Beasts of Chaos armies are themed these days. Plenty of chariots, plenty of power dice, with all of those Minotaurs and stuff, and beasts which have the Siege upgrade. He gets a bunch of power dice in his pool. So pretty magic heavy. Not that I can talk with my magic pretty much boasting 9 plus D3 plus 2 power stones in the magic phase. Anyway, on to the next photo. We've got a Lizardmen army next. 2 Nosaurus, a Slan, and a Steg in the middle. Quite well painted, this army. Nice display case. Very easy to get caught in the photo. It's quite small and compact, but it's quite hard hitting, as you can see. But there you have it for the not the Tomb Kings, the Lizardmen. Next photo, a rather compact dwarf list here. He's just put it on top of his gaming case there. Plenty of blocks of infantry there. Hasn't quite set them up for play, but I believe he has a Goblin Hewer in the War Machines lineup, so that's quite cool, as well as a Gyrocopter, as you can tell. Next photo, we've got a pretty standard vampires list, brutal stuff here. Skeletons, ghouls, zombies, graveguard, you name it, he's got it. Black Knights, he's got 3 Wraiths, and he's got a few Fell